Roya has given, I think they need money for transport. Okay? I followed up, I raised this with them 10 to broke the number. But now today, I received another message. Mr. Speaker, it's Engineer Byarhanga. The power line is ready for Mitoma. So we need 3 nearby poles to your place. Thanks for advice. And then when you extend, he asks for money to buy these poles. And the number is... even you, Honorable, you have the number. Yes. Yes, and he doesn't change the name. He changes number, but it is 0766 881 917. Now, Minister for ICT, you registered the numbers. We were told that all numbers which are not registered were removed from the network. In fact, what happened in Nigeria is telecoms were fined heavily for numbers, and in other countries, numbers which are not registered are committing a lot of crimes. They are conning people every day. Who are these people? And why don't you punish the telecoms that are allowing fraudsters to keep using these numbers, Honourable Minister? Because this fraudster has been only changing the numbers. He changes the number. But he has reached out to many MPs. Honourable colleagues, how many have been... just see. And he's tearing in the name of Banyankore. That is Mr. Jam. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I have actually engaged the telecom companies, and they keep giving assurance that it's only authorized numbers that are in saturation, whereas such experiences indicate the reverse. What I can pledge is that I'm going to engage the telecom companies once again, because it is evident that it appears some people access unregistered numbers. Because for them, they have been claiming maybe they are using numbers of dead people and so forth, but we are going to investigate with a view of putting heavy sanctions on the telecom companies if we really establish that there are still gaps where individuals can access numbers without proper registration. No. Because it gives room to conmen and all sorts of people. It even has a security element. So give me like 2 weeks, then I will come back and give an update.
Thank you.
On this very issue. So
as Chair ICT, thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
You resemble the Minister. ICT sector is for people like you. On a big size, Honourable.
Thank you. Right Honourable Speaker, we engaged and realized that these people keep on using contacts or lines that are not in their names. Now, I think what we need to do, and would ask the ministry with the telecos and UCC, that we should do a campaign to sensitize the whole country, so that if a conman uses a line to call you, they must provide a desk where you report to, they follow and block that line, because we need to keep on blocking those lines. It happened to me. I sent 3 numbers to UCC, and they blocked it and they stopped. Because once they use numbers that are not theirs, it's very difficult to get them.
Honourable Chair, I lost my number. For it to be repressed, I had to go to Airtel. They took my fingerprints, my original ID. They took the original ID, they took my fingerprint, okay? So how can someone use another person's, and they even took my picture. So this number, for example, can they give us a picture of the person and we establish They are allowing some numbers, and I think the solution is in what the minister has said, to put very strong sanctions. Honourable Minister for Defence, Honourable Boss wanted to add on.
Right, Honourable Speaker, the problem is that the vendors who sell out these SIM lines, they keep on giving it, they pay them, and they keep on giving it for free. But you'll find you are arresting another person, not the one using. So that's why blocking it constantly, if there's a desk, could be one very good way of stopping them. Thank you.
That becomes my job now. By the time I broke, he has gone 10 people. Okay, you've seen how many MPs. Honourable Boss.
Right, Honourable Speaker. What you are raising is very, very critical, not only the economic sense, but even on matters of security. And here as government, I want to agree with the Minister of ICT and the proposal you've created, you proposed. We need to create liability on the service providers to restore sanity. There is no any service provider who will allow unregistered number to be used should have a penalty. So if we want to keep, because criminals in Uganda, like in any other countries, they're using phones. And when they know they use this, they drop it, they pick another one, they drop it. So as long as we still have a window past the deadline of the time that was given that everyone must register, the phone numbers must be registered. This is not a small matter. People have been killed. People have been robbed while they are coordinating, criminals coordinate this using unregistered numbers. The Minister of ICT, who is my good friend, you might think now I'm speaking like a hostile witness, but it has a very serious security and economic implication. That if there is need, we can look at the law again, and we come back here, this parliament can save the situation through legislation to create liability on the service providers.
Honourable Oseku.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Boss.
Now, I wanted to make some clarifications. One is that there are the category of numbers that are not registered at all, and they are in circulation. And I think for that category, UCC is directly responsible, wholly responsible. But we have also numbers of this nature, like you are talking, the one you have raised, the Right Honourable Speaker. There is another one that I have. The first time he called me saying that transformers were ready. 2 days ago, he called me to say that the water meters for my place were ready. On the same number, he calls himself Engineer Kato. I have ever raised this matter with the Minister of Energy when the first time he did the same, and I met other two colleagues complaining about the same. But yesterday he called me now talking about water meters and asking me for money. So the second category are those ones. And where I am raising a concern that there is a role that the security has to play to help us. For example, people coordinating kidnaps and murdering people, and they cannot be tracked. And yet we are aware also that a law is in place that allows tracking of some of the people who have been identified to be transacting in crime using telephone services. So that mandate is with the security, and we want also to implore them that they must come in to back up UCC and coordinate with them in as far as these issues are concerned. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The Honourable Minister, I think, has made it very easy for us. Honourable Enes, you had anything?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Now, there's another problem I wanted to put to the Minister and possibly the Chair of ICT. When I was following up something on under PDM, apparently people can register your phone. I don't know, as in if you abandon a line, the telecom companies register it under another person. Now, when the parish development model teams try to follow money, and they find this number has already been registered into somebody else's names, they will say, we don't know this person. the previous user of the phone is not being traced. So it's also another problem actually in the villages. So I don't know why telecom companies cannot have new series and continue with registering new users instead of recycling numbers, because that one alone is creating an insecurity in between. So I don't know, Right Honourable, if the minister can also pick that and find a solution.
Minister, I wanted to comment on that.
I am going to start with that number of that bogus engineer who is calling us, and use it to engage the responsible telecom company for them to satisfy me that in whose names is that number registered. But on Tuesday next week, I'm going to convene a meeting with the Minister for Security, UCC, and the telecom companies and other key stakeholders, so that we investigate deeply these matters and we find a solution.
Thank you.
Find a solution. And then within 2 weeks, I will come back and report to the House.
Thank you. And also, no, Minister, in reference to what Honorable Boss talked about, you need to comb into the law to look at how you can have punitive measures. In other countries, that's what they've done. You know, it's like banks. Yeah, you facilitate money laundering. You hear they've been fined $500 million, and now they even close them down because people are going to die. But Honorable Andrew Ranya is one of our IT experts, and he had stood up earlier. Let me first speak Honorable Andrew Ranya.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When it comes to fraud, online fraud, these people just play on your mind. And in security requires social engineering. That will play on your feelings. Now, as a politician, you want to deliver for your people. So when I tell you that that I have transformers for you, your instinct is to ask, how do I get them to my constituents? I got a similar issue. Someone called himself Commissioner Benjamin Ocheng. Said, I have transformers for Moro County. I said, which sites? He said, we already shared them. I said, which sites? So it's important you do due diligence. There's a principle, if it is too good to be true, it is not true. So if you have that instinct to spend quickly, first ask yourself. So I request the ministry that let's be proactive.
Honourable Minister, give your information there.
The information I want to give to my brother is that it can't be my son. My age and him, I can't be a father of a boy of that age. I think he's my younger brother. No member of parliament here can be my child because I'm only, yes, but the information, I'm 18 years. My brother, it is true that they can call you and not know the site. But I can tell you some of them have even the maps, they survey. The surveyed areas, they know, they will tell you, we are going tomorrow, we are going to this sub-county, this is for this, the parish, the villages. There's a whole network between, either we don't know those who used to work in the era, in the what? Rare. We don't know whether some surveyors, so just continue with that, but you also know that members need to be cautioned that they know even the villages where projects are supposed to be. And whatever I said is in good faith. You know that.
I know that, my elder brother.
And also you remember, some of you have gone to the ministry and you've been promised they are going to bring transformers. So because of that, when they say your transformers are ready, you move quickly.
I was about to conclude, But what I want to say is that for fraud, there's always a catch. That with all the sweet words that I want to give you, there's always a catch. So always look out for that catch. Because eventually you say, I need fuel, I need transport, I need this. But all those sweet words that he knows all the sides, eventually there's a catch. Because ordinarily would have gone to the district. Then you have got a letter about the same. So wait for that catch. So I request the ministry and the relevant stakeholders, and let's do that awareness so that people know what to look out for in fraud. It's because it's dynamic.
Thank you. Honorable Chivumbi.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It's a related matter, actually, but not regarding. These are, I don't know whether it is in other parts of but there are people who come and pluck off number plates of vehicles. They leave telephone contacts. Then they tell you, you place money in this place, then we will direct you where to find the number plate. And when you report to police these numbers, they tell you, are you man? Just pay and get your number plate. It's a common occurrence in many parts of the country, and it is happening. These numbers are known. Why? Information.
Thank you, Honorable. I'm a victim, and when you report to police, they tell you send the money. Immediately you send the money. That number gets off. If you call, it can't go through. So, Honorable Minister, help us.
But did you get your number plate?
Yes, they direct you where it is.
So, Right Honorable Speaker, it's another scam in conning the general public, and I don't feel the country can be held at ransom with such actors. May someone in government give us a solution to that.
Let me conclude with Honorable Nyeko on this.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it is disturbing that these conmen are now targeting members of parliament. But the local people are also facing a challenge whereby they call them, get money from them, ask for their pins, mobile money pins, and they provide maybe in a tricky way. Right Honorable, the disturbing part is when you go to police, they will ask for money to be in position to track that very person. Right Honorable, this happens as well when someone's phone is lost. We expect government should be in position, now that it has the mandate, to come out, give us a position, especially the Minister of Defense, on what it is doing, security and defense, on these issues. It is disturbing to see my senior minister, or both, he says we are not his children, but we would be in position to get a report, a conclusive report on what government is doing, because you have the mandate. We gave you all the law that clears you to track and trace these contacts, and then you're also reporting to us, to the Minister of Information, and informing us that you're literally doing nothing, right? My prayer is, Right Honorable Speaker.
No, Minister, why are you doing nothing?
It is not true that I reported that we are doing nothing. I actually, if my young brother had, I reported one of the challenges out of the work we are doing, that we discovered there are some unregistered numbers. That is doing nothing, really?
Let's conclude this, Honorable Derek.
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker, it was doing nothing because government has the mandate. And the law permits them to go ahead and track and trace these numbers and also arrest these people. But the most challenging part, Right Honorable Speaker, are the complainants going to the police and then getting money from them to be in position to track those numbers. If you do not have money, they cannot go ahead to help you track on who exactly committed these crimes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, colleagues, Honorable Minister for ICT has already promised us on the action he's going to take, and I'm very sure he will update the House. Yes, Honourable Minister.
Just briefly, I wanted to raise another form of conmanship in the country, and I've been a victim, where somebody calls you, Honourable Minister or MP, I am a journalist working with this radio, I want to host you online. And at 9 p.m., are you available? He said yes. Just the other day, I spent 1.5 hours. And what is common with them? What is common with them? At the end of the show, they tell you we have a project, we are supporting a child who has a sickle cell or what are you contributing? And like we always do as members of parliament, either you offer 500,000 or $1 million and so forth. So in this case, one of my security officers who was in a lead car, because I told them I will be on radio, now tuned the radio. But there was nothing. So when they were playing music throughout when I was on the phone. So
thank you. No, Honourable, let's conclude this, please. Honourable.
So we are investigating. So we are investigating all these matters so that we bring sanity in our society, because many people are taking advantage of all these to con, especially leaders, and to con other Ugandans. So I just wanted to share this information for members of parliament to be alert of that.
On a better word, correct, this can't end.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Maybe we should now switch on to something else. Right Honourable Speaker, I am up on the issue of GROW project. GROW project is actually, in full, is generating growth opportunities and productivity for women enterprises. We have always seen on TV and heard about it, and also got some trainings, especially for us women. Last year, December, we got some trainings on GROW project. But the information we received last year is completely very different from what is supposed to be on the implementation. Now, when we were in Gulu City for regional parliament, there was a launch in Hotel Africana on the 28th last month. And there, some informations were given again. The informations vary. Now we have, is it six banks to help us implement these GROW projects, which is meant to support women, especially women in business. And what has actually annoyed me in this, some of us have been sensitizing and giving information to our women down there. We thought this was going to be a solution to lift our women businesses from where they are to some level. But now, at first they say credit matching grant, but now it is loans. Well, we don't mind the loans, but you will find that also the terms are vary in different banks. Why don't we harmonize the terms? And you will find that you need also collateral. Collateral, is it land title? Where are the women going to get a land title when it was supposed to be grant from World Bank, grant to Uganda? And it is for 2022 to 2027. The time is almost gone. For us, the Acholi sub-region and the women, we would fit very much in this area. Special incentives for women entrepreneurs drawn from underserved minority groups such as Batwa, Ik, Tepeth, and Bennett, or borrowers in the notably poverty-stricken sub-region of Karamoja, 10 districts, Busoga, Bukedi, 20 districts. I would pray that at Acholi, you all know that Acholi poverty index right now is at 68%. And for us, we really find it hard if we leave the Acholi women out. Even for me, who is in the city, finds a lot of difficulties. And the women in the market will find a lot of difficulties getting this very support or grants or loans. Then how about...
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Honorable.
Right, Honorable. My prayer is that the Minister of Gender, Labor, and Social Development should better go and sit and try to help us so that women are able to access this fund. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Minister for Finance.
Some banks say the money was over now. The one they give them is over.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, GROW project is an intervention that has come on top of other wealth funds which we have in place, Emyoga, PDM, the Women Entrepreneurship Fund, or WEP, etc., etc. Mr. Speaker, GROW is aimed at supporting the women who have graduated from these other programs. You started with the Emyoga, you started with the PDM, now you have become big a little bit, you need more capital to expand. These are the target group. We are lending from 4 million to 200. We have 6 participating banks at the moment. The interest rate ranges between 10 and 10.5%, depending on the commercial bank which you have entered into an arrangement with, and the requirements for accessing the loan are as follows. For instance, I'm going to use an illustration of Postbank. If you have an arrangement, or if you want to enter into an arrangement with Postbank, you are required to have an account with the bank. There is a security or collateral required. If you are a group can guarantee you. You are required, if you have been banking, you will be required to avail your bank statement for a 12-month period. You are required to have a business license. You are required to have the loan budget or what you want to use the money for. You are required to have your business record. Your LC1 must recommend you, and then also guarantors. The total amount, the portfolio we have put in place is 180 billion. Mr. Speaker, this project is being implemented by Ministry of Gender in partnership with Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, specifically under PSFU, Private Sector Foundation. I think this is the best information I can provide to a member to allay her fears. It is not for everybody. It is for those who have graduated, moving from one point to another. If we want, we can come to the house with a detailed statement. But in the meantime, this is the basic information I can provide off CAF to the house. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, honorable colleagues, GROW, you're running after one component which has around 86? Okay? But this was a project of around 238? Yeah, $217 million. Okay? So there are other components which you should also be concerned about. I think what we do, Honorable Minister, if we can give you Tuesday, so that you come with a statement on the progress, status report, on the progress of implementation of the project. Then I give members, okay, time, they debate after getting clear information, so that it's not a few members who have information and others don't have. We all have critical information. Tuesday, no, let's leave it to Tuesday. Oh no, Tuesday. Let's leave it to Tuesday. Honourable Minister, for gender, Tuesday is okay? Tuesday should be. Because there are other components, and we are also interested in those.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, since we have to work in collaboration, I pray that you give us Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yes, to allow time to...
Okay, Wednesday I can give it to disaster and GROW, so that we go deeply into this. Okay? Honorable Harriet Businge.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I raise on the issue of the Kafo River Bridge. I recall this week, at the beginning of this week, we handled the Kafo River of the Masindi Kampala Road. I saw it necessary, Right Honorable Speaker, to bring the House to recall that sometime last year, the Kafo Bridge on the Hoima Kampala Road overflooded. Actually, it necessitated us to change route, take the Masindi route up to Hoima. And when you summoned the Minister of Works, he stood there, Right Honorable members, and promised that after the rains stopped, the Minister of Works would engage whoever was necessary and whatever was needed to ensure that they do constructive work on the bridge. Many dry seasons have come, Right Honorable Speaker, and the ministry is nowhere. If you've passed there today, the water is dangerously rising, and it is being worsened by the fact that now this traffic diversion on the Gulu-Kampala Road, on the Karuma, all the heavy traffic now has gone to Hoima. It is dangerous. I'm here with the prayers, one, that the minister explains to us why he really didn't live to his word when he stood here on the floor and told members he was going to do when the rain subsided. And two, Right Honorable, that Honorable Minister of Works is among the most disciplined ministers we have. Why would we lie to the House? Secondly, why? What programs does he have? I thank you.
You mean you doubt the discipline of ministers?
He's among
Honorable Minister Yamkaba.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm happy for my honorable sister to agree that I'm disciplined, and the disciplined people don't tell lies. Right Honorable Speaker, Kafu is a very big river. It rotates from the Nakasongola side. It goes through Masindi up the border of Chiboga and Hoima. Her issue is quite different from the one I mentioned the floor yesterday, but one. She has been on our neck, and we are happy that we have been updating what has been going on. Currently, we have given an addendum, the contractor who is on Busunju Hoima Road, to work on the Kaf Swamp, and I must inform you, your letter to inform you officially, It's on the way. Tomorrow it will come. We have already instructed him to take up that matter. Meanwhile, as we look for the money to work on the other one, which cuts from the Nakasongola side. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Biraro.
Thank you, right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. I rise on a matter of national importance with regard to the tea industry. Right, Honorable Speaker, since the year 2022 to date, the tea industry has been facing turbulence ranging from hiked prices of inputs, falling prices, and black tea of prices, and lack of regulation in the sector. Right, Honorable Speaker, in some areas of Uganda, like Buhweju, Bushenyi, Chenjojo, Kabarore, and Mitoma, Right, Honorable Speaker, farmers are currently uprooting their tea gardens in despair. Right, Honorable Speaker, in some government has on several occasions promised a tea policy and subsidy on farm inputs. My prayers, Right, Honorable Speaker, can government update the tea farmers about the progress of subsidy on inputs, especially fertilizers, which are required this season? Second prayer, Right, Honorable Speaker, can government inform this House about the progress on tea policy, which is lacking in our sector? Thank you, Right, Honorable Speaker. I present.
Thank you. Honorable Mujicha had come to office on a related matter.
Thank you so much, Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker, you know government has been giving out seedlings to farmers. Buhweju is one district that has received seedlings from government, and so we have a lot of tea. And so when tea prices come down, government loses twice. That the farmers are not getting money, the incomes remain low, but also the money they incurred in procuring tea seedlings that were given to farmers. So I would like to ask government to take this matter seriously so that we see what we can do, because the tea industry is dying. Thank you.
Thank you. Our Minister for Finance. These are issues of money, and MPs asking about subsidies, about fertilizer.
Mr. Speaker, this matter was not handled by finance.
No, I'm saying these are issues which involve money. You see, we have a player, I think in football, is it number 5 or number 6? Number 6. He can be a goalkeeper, he can be in defense, he can be anywhere. But the Minister of Trade should come back and respond to this matter. Oh, Minister for Information, do you have?
Yes, thank you very much. I share the concerns the honorable member from Buhweju is raising, the members of parliament from Buhweju, because Kanungu is also a tea growing area. This matter was discussed extensively by cabinet, and a number of measures were arrived at, some of which you are reporting on, like a subsidy on fertilizers, which fertilizers will be given through the tea companies, and also supporting tea companies, and also waiving off some taxes for tea companies. So I think you give time to government to come and give a report on how far government has gone in terms of addressing these issues. But the tea issue is a global phenomenon which is affecting many other countries. The reduction in the prices is due to factors which are largely extrinsic from outside, but the government takes note, and I think give us time, and then the government will come back and give an update on how far we have gone addressing these concerns.
Thank you. Government Chief Whip, I request you capture this matter, then the Prime Minister on Thursday in her responses is one of the issues she can handle after consulting the ministries involved. Thank you. Honorable Itaza. Honorable Pio Achut.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise on a matter of advanced national importance on the 47-year delay in the payment of ex-employees of the East Africa Community. Right Honorable Speaker, last year the First Deputy Prime Minister presented an action taken report in response to the above subject matter based on the committee recommendations of the East Africa Community on their payments. And she informed the House that to address these issues, one, government will be tabling a bill on the East Africa Community Mediation Agreement to address the issues that have bogged down the payment for the last 47 years. Two, she also informed the House that 1,027 files had been retrieved from the former employees and they had been forwarded to the Ministry of Finance under the Internal Auditor General's Office for computation, verification, and inclusion in the budget for 2024-2025. It's now 1 year down the road. The bill has not been presented on the floor of Parliament, and it's not on the legislative agenda. Secondly, on the 1,027 files, the Ministry of East African Affairs says they have not yet received the verification and computations from Ministry of Finance, and therefore this cannot be captured in the budget. It wasn't captured in the 2024-2025 budget. We had been told that if they are completed on time, it will be captured as a supplementary. Right Honorable Speaker, we're now going into the next budgeting cycle and still the computations have not been done. My prayers are that one, government gives us a status on when the EAC mediation agreement bill will be tabled on the floor of Parliament, and two, Ministry of Finance to expedite the computations and verifications with a view of presenting a supplementary budget so that these people can be paid. Some have died, others are crippled, they're bedridden, waiting for 47 years for their payment. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Let us get a response on Tuesday from government on this issue. Honorable Florence Nebanda.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise on a matter of national importance, urging government for speed delivery intervention in a calamity that is about to befall the education sector, most especially in the primary UPE schools, primary schools. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, you are all aware that UPE caters for the 85% of the local population in Uganda, and there is a move to paralyze the whole process. How? We are having teachers, more especially in primary school, who are registering in early retirement before their due date. And it is affecting service delivery in most of the schools. As I speak, a school of 7 classrooms, apparently, there are 4 teachers catering for all the classes per school. We are facing a challenge, not only in Butaleja, countrywide. As a member on the Forum for Children, we moved in many relevant districts, Butaleja, Jinja, Arua, Koboko, Kalangala. They are all facing the same issues. How does this come about? The teachers at one point are forced to seek for contributions from the parents. And we are all aware that the president came out very, very clearly on this matter, that there shouldn't be any parent making any contribution towards UPE schools. But now we are all aware, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, that the budget for primary schools is very small for any school to function. Now, we are faced with a challenge on ground between the offices of the RDC and the head teachers in school. As I speak in Butaleja, we have head teachers who are arrested. And all this is affecting the services, and like I've said, it's leading to an unconducive environment for schools in relevant constituencies. My prayer: who is going to teach the children of the poor if the rate of early retirement is not retired? Secondly,
is that a prayer, Honorable?
Yeah, requesting. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Another question. Is the ministry aware of what is taking place in the UPE schools? Finally, Can Parliament interest itself carry out oversight in regard to this information that are provided and indulge the President for an immediate intervention on the state of the government schools in the country? Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you. Parliament has always, for it, done its oversight role. Honourable Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I thank my sister, Honourable Florence, for raising that matter, which is today really on the issue of teachers. And I'm very much aware, and that's why I'm the Minister of Primary Education, and I'm aware of what is happening. Mr. Speaker, it is true that out of 10.9 learners in primary education, 9.6 are all in public schools, that is in UPE, whereas the balance of 1-point-something million are in private schools. She's very right to say that over 90% of learners in primary education, they are found in UPE schools. Number two, she's right because knowing that the budget that we have in place is not really adequate to support the school as we expect. Mr. Speaker and honorable members, aware that for us to have a comprehensive compulsory universal education, we need 309.1 billion for only primary education in universal education. And in principle, we've all agreed and we're on the same platform that we need, as Minister of Education and Sports, to provide policy direction to see to it that this vision of implementing comprehensive, compulsory, universal education for our children, we all look to achieve that vision. What I can tell my sister, indeed it is true, the teachers are inadequate, but all the same, every financial year, we do provide funds for recruitment of teachers. This very financial year, in our budget, we have 11 billion. That is for recruiting primary teachers in, not across, of course, all, but in those critically, really, districts that need to recruit teachers, and also coding of the schools, the new ones. I cannot provide right now, but we have it in our budget. So I can assure my colleague that we may not handle everything at a go, but every financial year we try to increase budget for recruitment. As I conclude, I want to thank her for raising that concern, but let's all speak the same language to advocate to ensure that we implement compulsory, comprehensive, universal education that will come along with recruiting enough teachers and increasing capitation grant and increasing all what it takes to provide that education for our learners. I thank you.
Honorable Grania Hope.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I raise on a matter of national importance concerning the people of Mubende. Being a woman MP for the whole district, Right Honourable Speaker, I'm going to speak about a matter that befell 3 constituencies. We have a number of wards. One is Gayaza in Mubende municipality. Another is Kagoma, Chirangwa, Kajumiro ward in Nabingola sub-county, which were badly hit by hailstorm, Right Honourable Speaker. Many animals were destroyed, Right Honourable Speaker. Our people have received money from PDM. They have invested this money in agriculture mostly. Crops have been swept away, gardens have been taken away, their homes have been affected badly, Right Honourable Speaker. The people I'm speaking about, Right Honourable Speaker, are now homeless. They have nothing to eat. Right Honourable Speaker, through you to my sister, Honourable Abel, and government, my prayers are that government comes in through the Minister of Relief and Disaster Preparedness to help these people with food and non-food items. Right Honourable Speaker, on several occasions, I've stood here on the same issue for Mubende district, but in most cases, I remember it was only once that we received partial relief as to what was stipulated that was going to be done, Right Honorable Speaker. Let them be provided with non-food items like tarpaulins, iron sheets, and other food items, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the people should also...
Thank you. Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Hope Granier, I would like to take note and still request that the district sends a report to the ministry. But we are also constituting a team of technical people from our office to move around and do, to gather these reports all together, because hailstone is a natural disaster, so that we can see how to plan on a long-term livelihood support for these areas that are often affected by hailstone. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Soroka Yemba.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I stand on a matter of national importance about, again, the electricity distribution in the Bukoma and Simbi. Right Honorable Speaker, the Ministry of Energy is becoming an enemy of progress for the people of Bukoma and Simbi. We have 4 parishes: Kasebwera, Mbale, Chinoni, Chakamunya, Chankola, and Chidasaka, that have never had any single pole of electricity. We got a loan in 2022 about the same. Even my brother, the government chief whip, wrote a letter to Ministry of Energy. We haven't got any response. My prayer is the Ministry of Energy not only to come with a report, but to tell us the status of power in the Bukoma and Simbi. We would have developed more than we are. Power is a source of revenue to the country. Why don't you bring power to Bukoma and Simbi? We give money to this government. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Government Chief Whip, Minister for Information, I saw.
Yes, we need power in the Bukoma, Simbi, and the rest of the country. So I agree with him that the power should be extended. True, we passed a loan request here in Parliament, and I think the Minister of Energy has been here in recent days to explain the progress. There have been delays in processing this loan. Usually there is a long distance in terms of time between when we approve a loan request and then the procedural steps we take before our implementation starts, especially the World Bank funded programs. But the program is still on.
Honourable Minister, I don't have that time.
So the assurance I wanted to give the honourable member from Komasimbi that one, the minister has been here a few days ago clarifying that they are finalizing all the arrangements to start with implementation of that program which we passed here, and I'm quite certain that Bukomasimbi district is among those which will benefit. So let's be patient. All of us have the same questions which we are raising, and we are patiently waiting for the start of implementation.
Thank you. So, colleagues, let's handle item 7. We shall debate it with item 4.
Item 7. Item 7 on the other paper. Motion for adoption of the report of the Public Accounts Committee, Central Government, on the Auditor General's report on referral hospitals and specialized health institutions for the year ended June 2023.
Honorable Chivumbi. No, honorable colleagues, please allow me. I handle these matters. I have given 2.5 hours to members' issues. Kindly let's handle this item. Sorry, it's item number 4. Sorry, clerk, item number 4. No, Honorable colleagues, it's not that I must take procedure all the time. It's a discretion of the speaker. Yeah, please. Please. No, please.
Item 4 on the order paper. Motion for adoption of the report of the Public Accounts Committee, Central Government, on the Auditor General's report on public universities and tertiary institutions for the year ended 30th June 2023.
Okay, Honorable Chivumbi. Honorable Chivumbi, let me first make it clear. Colleagues, you are not the first members who have risen on procedure, and as a custodian of the rules, I've not given chance. Others have complied. Please, let's behave like other members of parliament. We are all equal in this house. And I've always given opportunity. So I don't want to appear there are members who are special and others are just ordinary. So, Honorable Chivumbi. Honorable Chivumbi, please.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chivumbi, on record, please. Go on. Please, I'm not granting any points now. I'm informing you, honorable colleagues. Allow me. I do some work. Okay?
Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chivumbi, if you are not ready, you tell me. I can go to the next item.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Point of order.
Mr. Speaker, I've been in this house for the last 20 years. I know a matter of procedure supersedes when there are competing matters on the floor of the house. When there is a clarification, when there is information, when a member raises a point of procedure, then that supersedes the others. But it's at the discretion of the presiding officer to accept the procedural matter or not. Mr. Speaker, is it procedurally right for these two colleagues of mine to insist? Is it in order for these colleagues of mine to insist, after even your guidance, that they must speak when you have guided the house? Is it really in order?
Thank you. Now, honorable colleagues, when I make a decision here, the rules provide for you on how you can challenge my decision. You don't challenge a decision of the speaker by standing up, insisting, disrupting others. No. The rules give you, because I'm not Omega and Alpha. That's why the rules give you a chance. So refer to Rule 87 where you can challenge me. Okay? Honorable Chivumbi. Honorable Chivumbi.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. Yeah, Right Honorable Speaker. No. Right Honorable Speaker. It's very difficult to proceed in this kind of environment. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, I'm going to invoke Rule 89. Honorable Sechkubo, Theodore, Honorable Sunday, Arion, kindly take your seats. Honorable Chivumbi.
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it's difficult for me to speak when someone is standing here. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm here to present a report of the Public Accounts Committee on the central government on universities and tertiary institutions for year ended June 2023. Right Honorable Speaker, you may recall yesterday, and I'll seek your special indulgence. Right Honorable Speaker, you may recall yesterday a debate here ensued about the funding, the gap in the recruitment of universities, the capacity of the staff, the gaps. Right Honorable Speaker, a decision was Right Honorable Speaker, a decision was Right Honorable Speaker, a decision
Honorable Chivumbi, go on.
Honorable Speaker, let me lay on table. Let me lay on table the report of the Public Accounts Committee for tertiary institutions for the year ended June 23. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay. Let me lay on table, Right Honorable Speaker, minutes of the meeting. I beg to lay, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker, with your special indulgence. Yesterday there was a debate that ensued here, and later on I'll seek your permission to allow me, just as a recap, it's not part of the report, furnish this committee with the extract which my secretariat has compiled on the state of staffing in all public universities. The Ministry of Finance requested the Auditor General to do a special audit of all universities and tertiary institutions and all government agencies on the payroll. During that exercise, the staffing level in every government entity was established. So that applies to universities. Right Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I think if you allow me, let me just first clear that one out, because that is
okay
easy to deal with.
That's okay.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me, the Auditor General reviewed the staff establishment of the following public universities to ascertain their completeness and relevance to the entity established, and noted the following. Universities, 1, Soroti University, approved structure. This is how it will be. I will read: approved structure, field position, the gap, and the percentage of the field position. For Soroti University, it has an approved structure of 1,312. The number of positions filled, 242. The gap, 1,700. Percentage filled, 18%. Busitema University, the approved structure, 3,559. Field positions, 503. The gap, 3,556. Percentage, 14%. Kabale University, 2,000 176. Field positions 506. The gap 1,570. Percentage 24. Chambogo University, which was a bone of contention. The approved structure 2,598. Field positions 913. The gap is 1,685. Percentage 35. Makerere University of Kampala 5,835. Field positions 5,835. Field positions 3,141. The gap is 2,694. Percentage is 53%. And I think that's why our boss was once there in that department. It's the best university. No, there's RDC. Must 2,609. Field positions 581. The gap 2,042. Percentage 22%. Gulu University 1,568. Field positions 571. The gap 977. Percentage 36%. Lira University 991. Field positions 265. The gap is 726. Percentage 26%. LDC 202. Field positions 135. The gap is 67. Percentage is 68. Right Honorable Speaker, from what I've just read, it is only Makerere University that is staffed at over 50% of the approved staff structure. What this means that for the rest of other universities, there is very little they can do to achieve the output. For example, Busitema University, Soroto University must have, which have 14, 18, and 22% staffing level, are depriving learners of the much needed services. We are aware, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the rest is history. Right Honorable Speaker, that's the information that fills the staffing level of all public universities, drawn from a special audit done by the Auditor General on the directives of the Minister of Finance.
Now, Honorable Chair, maybe we will consider it when we are studying the whole report. But colleagues, for your information, today, the top management of Sitema University visited me at office, and they told me something which really surprised me, because it had never come to my attention, that we give public universities wage, but we don't give them money for social security. Now, other MDAs, we give wage plus pension, because they will get pension. But for public universities, we give social security, we don't give wage. So now, so we give wage, but we don't give social security. So now they told me all their little money for NTR goes to social security. And sometimes it's not enough. They are under pressure, they are being sued, so how